Hello, this is CT Benny, and this is the N-Word Show. And let me apologize. I know I'm always apologizing on these videos. Let me apologize for everybody that sent me emails and my slow response. And I received this one a few days ago, and I'm just not responding after I had a follow-up and an email saying, why didn't you respond? This is a good one. But before I get started, just go down to the bottom and like my video, share my video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Just take a second, just hit the like button, or hit the dislike button, whatever you choose, but do something, just acknowledge me, And let me apologize for my haircut too. My barber left early, so I didn't get a haircut, but here we go. I just want to get this letter off the way. Okay, so it starts with, hey CT Benny, asking for a friend. This is the scenario. You meet a guy and really like. Sparks fly. He seems really into you. He says all the right stuff, makes all the right moves. You're constantly texting each other sweet nothings throughout the day. Nothing excites you more than this feeling he gives you. Maybe it's after a few dates or even a few years into the relationship. But one day you realize he's completely cooled off. The sparks between you has gone away. You don't hold his attention the way you used to. He seems distracted and distant. His texts get shorter and further apart. It feels like you're barely hanging on to him by a thread. Was it something she did? Was it something he did? Is there someone else? Is it all her? Or is it all in her head? Or is everything fine? What changed? It usually comes down to one thing. She found out that he's involved with another woman. Why? All of these relationship needs are being met, spiritually, financially, and emotionally. Why now? How fair? Unnecessary bullshit. Temporary distractions destroys a lifetime commitment and love minus the fear. Laugh out loud. Tell me, CT Benny. Enlighten me. Laugh out loud. Why do men cheat? How to trust that it won't happen to you? After being real, sweet, sexy, respectable, genuine, responsible woman, how can your wounds that have turned into scars be healed for the next available opportunity? Do tell. Miss Intrigued. Well, Miss Intrigued, you ready for this answer? Brace yourself. This is going to surprise you, maybe. It ain't nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. If somebody's going to cheat, that's breaking rules. They're going to break the rules. And I know women have a hard time accepting this, and it's something I don't understand. Why do they take it so personal? We do too, but when a man cheats, I don't know, it hurts you guys to the core, and you take it on like it's more than men do. You guys take it on like it's something that you could have did, or it's nothing you can do. A man cheats. This has been going on from the beginning of time, and it's probably gonna go on to the end of time. And I got an uncle, and I used to cry on his shoulder a lot, and he was my go-to guy. He's my best friend, and he used to give me advice all the time. And I used to go and I used to say, well, why is this happening? And why did that happen? And why did she do this? And he would just, it took me a while to catch on. He would just be calm. And then he would just look at me and say, it just is like it is. It's no explanation. It's just, this is how it is. What you gonna do, What's up, Uncle Mo? But it just happens like that. I can't explain it. I wish I had an answer for you. We don't even know why we cheat. Well, they cheat. I'm not a cheater. But we don't know. I mean, let me see. You said relationship, all the relationship needs are being met spiritually. If this is a hypothetical kind of a hypothetical question you're asking. I mean, scenario. You say you're asking for a friend, but if all their needs are met, just say if all a person's needs are being met, yeah, guys still will step out. It's like I say, like, people's opinion of me is not my business, and this kind of falls under the same umbrella. Him cheating on you don't have nothing to do with you, because I do know this. Now, you said, tell me, CT Benny, enlighten me. Laugh out loud. Why do men cheat? And I can't really tell you why men cheat, because it could be a plethora of things. It could be anything. It could be anything, or it could be nothing. It's just that person decide to be unfaithful or deceptive, however you want to look at it. They decided to cheat, to break rules, greed. Maybe don't love you anymore. But I will tell you this: a lot of men will cheat on a woman that they think they love, and it really doesn't have to do. I don't know if you could find a woman that's been in a relationship that's never been cheated, in any relationship she's been in. I'm sure, nothing is absolute. I'm sure it has been some women, but you can't tell you. It could be a number of things. I mean, based upon your letter, you said after a few dates or even a few years into a relationship. I would say if it's after a few dates, he just wanted sex, or maybe either way, after a few dates or after a few years. Bottom line is, he ain't feeling you no more if he slide it off like that. Because I said this before, and the N-Word Show fans know that when a man wants you, you don't have to ask twice. He will let you know. He will not letting you go nowhere. He's going to be engaged. He's going to stay focused. He's going to, you might have to shake him up. He's not going to let you leave. So you ask me that, I can't really tell you why a man cheats. But I'm going to reach out to some of my brothers, some gentlemen, get some more male perspective, because we're gonna come to we're gonna try to get an answer for you, or enough case studies where you can draw your own conclusion. But I don't think I can really answer that for every man. But and then the second part of your question is how to trust that it won't happen to you. You can't. You can't say anything. You can't. You guys cheat too. So, a cheater, a thief, a cheater, somebody that's still, you can't predict that. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. A guy can really be head over heels in love, and guys are stupid sometimes, and they will slide off and do some things that they will regret, cause them to lose all their belongings and everything. So you can't. A smart person told me before, and I learned that love is a choice, trust is a choice, and if you really want to be in love or experience love, you have to truly choose to love that person and to trust that person. If you don't have that ability, then you're not really getting what are you doing? You're really sabotaging your relationship. Then you said, after being real sweet, sexy, respectable, genuine, and responsible woman, how can your wounds that have turned into scars be healed for the next available opportunity? So you got a wound, and it's infected, and it's turned into a scar, but it hasn't healed. So under there, it's affected. So you know what happens? It spreads. It spreads throughout everything. So, if you haven't been healed from being cheated on in the past, you're taking it too personal. You gotta rip that Band-Aid and put some ointment on it. The ointment of it is that it had nothing to do with you. It's nothing you could have did better or worse. That person decided to cheat for whatever reason. If the sex wasn't good, or you put on weight, or whatever he could say, whatever some guys will say because of this, why, that wasn't really a real relationship. Because the real person that loves you, before they make up that excuse why they cheated, they'll try to work with you. So you need to forget the other person, but you're the one affected. If it's a wound under there, put the ointment on. The ointment is, it had nothing to do with you. It's nothing you could have did better or worse. But, if you're single or if you're in a relationship, you should always constantly be working on yourself to improve yourself, because the best thing you can do for your next relationship is to be totally healed and, in a better position. Just work on yourself, and that's what you can do for your next relationship. But I am going to try to get a response to that question from some more brothers and see if we can really try to come up with a real reason why men cheat. But I don't think I think it's what I'm saying. Like, it's no cookie cutter answer for that. Also, let me read this other email I got. Let me see, where is it? Okay, it's a response to another video I did, and this one is from a young lady as well. Come on, fellas, y'all send some emails in too, man. I get a few phone calls or some advice from the guys. I don't know, I'm putting myself out here to be ostracized, whatever you want to call it. So, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and doing this. So come on, man, send me some emails. Well, this letter was in response to Where Are the Good Men? It was a video I did, I don't know how long ago, but I did it, and it was a response to an email I got. This young lady was asking where all the good men were. So this other young lady sent the response. It says, "Hey, CT Benny, I just wanted to share my thoughts on a letter you received. Where are all the good men? I also have thoughts, opinions on a stripping and masculine, the stripping of masculating of the black man. So I hope you do a segment on that anyway. It saddens me to hear a woman says that there are no good men out there. All the men are dogs. I personally have been through some good relationships and some bad relationships, but been with square type dudes, street pharmacists, and yes, the substance abusers. I took care of some men, and I have had a man or two to take care of me. Through it all, I have never, ever thought that there weren't any good men out there. Sometimes I notice when I look back at the relationships in my past. I look back at the relationships. I notice when I look back to my relationships that most of the men I dated had some similarities. I had to think why I was attracted to or attracting certain type of men. I had to do some soul searching. When women are naturally nurturers, hence why some of our men act the way they do. In most cases, we are emotional beings and love hard. From the lens of my limited understanding and from my experience, I feel when a man has sex with us, there is not an emotional attachment. We as women attach our emotions, feelings, and yes, love to sex. In most cases, we are ready for everything and even start thinking about the future. Men are just having sex until, like you said, CT Benny, he is ready to make you his woman exclusively. Profess. Somebody's been listening. That's facts. Okay, she went on to say, sometimes I think some things I think are helpful when we are dating, or things to just think about when dating. Oh, she listed some things to think about when dating. She said, first, you know what you bring to the table. Make sure that a man can bring that much if not more, to the table. A man is supposed to compliment and maintain and already self-love happiness. Maintain your he must and maintain your already self-loved happiness. I agree with that. Stop settling and get what you want. Example, if marriage is your end game and it is not his, he might not be the one for you. Do not ignore the red flags. This is 3. Your intuition. I have done this more times than I could count, and could have saved myself some years had I listened to self. 4. Date and take your time. Get to know him and give him the chance to get to know you. What is a rush? 5. Ask him where he sees himself in 3, 5, 10 years from now. That will tell you a lot. 6. Relationships have honeymoon stages called lust. Once you pass the stage, see if you're ready, and see if you're ready. Still, like, wait a minute. Once you pass that stage, see if you really still like the person and whatever vices or habits they bring to the table. 7. Does he stimulate your mind, body, and your spirit? 8. Check his actions. Do your words speak louder, or does his actions speak louder? All right. Then she went on to say, I would add, don't give up the cookies too soon. However, we are all adults, and you are attracted to someone. Sometimes holding out is the last thing on your mind. Remember, if you give it up, be ready to understand that he might not feel the way you do. I honestly believe that when we women start approaching relationships differently, we will have different outcomes. No one is perfect, but there is someone out there perfect for you. Don't waste your time and don't waste his. Go for what you want, and if your gut is telling you something ain't right, pay attention. Sorry for such a long email, CT Benny, but I like you, and I am passionate about relationships and think all perspectives help in some way. Sincerely, Black Queen. Thank you, Black Queen. I couldn't have said that any better. I appreciate that. And stay tuned. And I appreciate your insight. Like you said, everybody's opinions count. And I agree with everything you said. So this video was longer than I wanted it to be. So good night. And again, thanks to all my subscribers, all 17 of y'all. And we're growing. We're going to grow. Like, share, subscribe to my video. And be grateful. That's something I'm working on right now. Being grateful and just waking up every morning, and when I don't feel like just being grateful. To be great, you must be grateful. That's what I'm learning. That's my advice for the day. Signing off. Thank you, Miss Intrigue, and thank you, Black Queen. And I'll see you guys next time. CT Benny signing out. Peace.